Today marks 1423rd day, share lessons I learn and continue to learn with you. I hope these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help achieve your goals, will empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about revolutions, and revolution, and specifically in your life. I think that we needed to realize that revolutions is a very powerful word, but revolution could be used in your own life. When there's something that you do not like, when you say that I'm sick of tired of my life, I'm sick of tired of being sick of tired, there's something that you do not like, I think it's time to make a revolution. Revolution could be in one area of life, a revolution could be in all areas of life, but sometimes we able to improve incrementally, really get better every single day, and sometimes you just need to do a revolution and completely change our habits, our routines in certain area or in all life. Because I think that sometimes we're able to reflect on our life and say, like, how good I am. Like, so say from 1 to 10, and you can say, like, I'm okay, like 7. So what is missing? What is missing to have that 10? Sometimes you can say, like, I'm 3. And you look into all the areas that you really would love to improve. And you say, I'm 3 at health, I'm 3 at finance, I'm 3 at relations, I'm 3. So maybe at that moment, when you say, like, everything goes sideways, maybe you say, like, that if everything goes sideways, maybe I need to really change everything, so many habits, because it might be that one specific habit, one specific routine, one specific thought process is making you have that in all areas of life. So that means we need to really reconstruct our life, but we need to do that revolution. And today I'll share what 7 elements in revolution plays out just to make sure that we're able to have a great revolution in our personal life. So number 1 is, of course, and it's very easy, is clear purpose and vision. Clear purpose and vision. What it means that we need to really understand what we're moving towards. Because I think that we have a tendency to really have one piece of it. So let's say that I hate my life. Okay, so this is just, you don't like your life, and there's a lot of things that you maybe don't like, but the most important part, we need to understand what the revolution will be about. So that means what kind of things do we want? Rather than saying what we do not want, I don't want to be unhappy, I don't want to be fat, what kind of person you want to be, what kind of health you want to have, what kind of relationship you want to have, what kind of skills you want to have, what kind of character you want to find. We want to be specific where we're moving towards, rather than run away from something. And it's very, very powerful. Because sometimes we say, I want to be more productive, and I want to stop playing 5 hours a day. This just as a very simple example. I just want to stop. So that question is, what do you want to do instead? What do you want to do with those 5 hours? If you do not know what you will do with what to do with those 5 hours, most likely you will go from one bad habit to another bad habit. And after a while, say, I don't want to watch TV for 5 hours, or I will not want to really watch Netflix for 5 hours. I don't know, there's so many different bad habits, so you potentially move from one bad habit to another one if you do not know where you want to move. So clear purpose and vision, exactly saying that I want to use those 5 hours to read, to exercise, to nurture relationships. At that moment, you know that those 5 hours are used to your vision rather than against it. Number 2 is broad-based support. I think that no revolutions succeed alone. And I think that we need to really surround ourselves with people who believe in your growth. That means, it might be that we need to understand that not every single friend will be your friend. What I mean by that some people who are your friends will potentially stop you from changing, stop you from seeing a different version of you, because they are so familiar with the current version of you, so they will stop you from getting different version of yourself. So that means that sometimes you need to go to strangers who never knew you to really build a new version of it, because they don't have preconceived conceptions of who you are. The same with the family. But I think that sometimes could be the best team support could be not just people who still alive, might be people who already passed away, but they have massive list of books, ideas on YouTube, even, and when you're able to really read their books, they read their thoughts, understand how they lived, the way you get exposed to different understandings. So that means that when you think about support is broad-based. So that support is not just people who are speaking with you directly. Some people could be your support, your mentors, your guidance. And I think that sometimes is sometimes even the best case scenario to get really guidance from the people who achieve massive success, and you're able to read their books. And that moment you have more understanding, more perspective, more wisdom, and with that better perspective, more wisdom, you're able to go outside, speak to different kind of people, different kind of topics, and attract better support system for yourself. Because sometimes if we didn't change that, we can potentially attract friends who are exactly the same as our friends right now. And again, some current friends are changing by themselves and changing, they're proving they want to change. And it might be that you will ignite spark into other people who will want to join you and change themselves as well. Number 3 is strong leadership and organization. So what it means is that when you think about personal revolution, leadership is how you lead yourself. And what it means is that do you have discipline? Do you have determination to really follow that movement? Because I think that we need to understand that if you want to be a leader, you need to initiate things, you need to have a courage and self-discipline to really make things happen. And when we think about organization, is making sure that you organize things and make sure that you prioritize things, just to make sure that you are productive with your systems, with your process, with your routines, with the habits. And when you have discipline, when you have courage, and you have processes in place to do every single day, it's just a matter of time when you will be able to really achieve your revolution. Number 4, and this is very, very important, is control, communication, and narrative. So what it means is that we need to learn how to master our inner dialogue. I think that one of the biggest things that really stops us from really changing faster or changing altogether is really what we talk ourselves, because our thought process leads to fear, anxiousness, or sometimes leads to courage. And how we think and the way we think will lead to easier decisions or harder decisions. It will lead to procrastination or lead to execution and action. So that means we need to learn what are our self-talk, destructive or constructive, is adding value or taking away. So rather than saying that I will never change, so able to even start asking questions, what do I need to change right now? And I really love the question, right now. What do you need to do right now? Because sometimes they say, oh, I will be able to change in a year when I'll have a new job, when I'll have something else. There's so many things, criteria to change. We don't need any criteria. We need to ask the question that brings resourcefulness. What could I do right now to achieve my revolution? I think that's a beautiful thing. Number 5 is strategic timing and opportunity. I think that we need to understand that revolutions succeeds when you look into life in general, when you look into all the countries. Revolution succeeds when the old government is weak. So we're able to look into, like, personally in our own life, what kind of habits, what kind of routines, what kind of habits are weak at the moment, what kind of things doesn't really bring any results for us. And it's like, it's time to change. There will never be perfect timing, but to be able to say this is perfect timing for me. Knowing that never be perfect time, that means now is a perfect time. If there's no perfect time, that means now is a perfect time. I truly believe that. Number 6 is ability to deliver after victory. This is probably one of the most powerful thing that we need to consider, and I think that's, if we do not have this in place, ability to deliver after victory, it might be that we'll go to old ways of doing things. So when it means that old routines, old patterns wants to go back, old government wants to come back. That's why we need to really, I really mentioned that we need to know what to do with those powers. If you get back those powers, what to do with them. And that means that in this case, I want you to, like, if you quit job, if you ended toxic habits, maybe you're leaving relations that is taking away your energy and your life source, what you will do instead, what you will put in that place. So if you quit a job that you hated, maybe you will go to the exactly same kind of job that you will hate again. Maybe you left a toxic habit, maybe you will go to another toxic habit. If you left relation that drains, so maybe you'll go to another toxic relation or draining in relations. So that means we need to understand that what kind of routines and thinking process and what kind of healing do I need to do? What do I need to do not to get back in the same place? Because there must be change. And when we think about change, okay, so you're able to, like, what kind of changes do they do to really get in a better position? Number 7 is, and the last one step is moral legitimacy, more legitimacy. What it means is that we need to understand when you look into ourselves, when you look into all the action that we used to take in the past, and now when you look into the things that we will do from now on, how it aligns with who I am and who I want to become. I think that when you think about really success, I think that's one word that really is almost equal success. Partly is alignment. Alignment. It's being able to do the things that you really truly want to do based on your values, beliefs, aspirations. When you think about alignment in your relationships, in your health, in your aspirations, in your determination, in your calling. So it means when you align all the things with the most important things, when you say that this is I'm doing this is the most important thing for me, not just surface level, but in deeper level. And I think that that's where the beauty lies because you deeply write to your soul. I think that sometimes when you look into the reason why you try to change, why you want to improve, because sometimes people must like, I want to prove other people wrong. That's a good starting point sometimes to really take action. But when we really sit down and it's like, what do we really want? And say, I want growth, I want to have freedom, I want to have nurture relationships, I want to be the best dad in the universe. Like whatever it is, but we need to understand that those goals need to be, that vision needs to be based on our inner world, not about outer world. So proving other people wrong is an outer world direction. I think I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be the best dad because that is my alignment. I want to be the best family person. I want to be the best business owner because I want to be able to add value to people. I think that's where the true moral legitimacy are coming in place. So I want you to reflect as well about your life and about your revolution. How many times you made revolution? Because I think that every single person, at least one time, you need to really experience what that revolution truly means. Maybe there are some people who really never need to experience that because they really, from the get-go, start to pursue the things that they always wanted to pursue. But I think that majority of people, 99% of people, really will need to do that revolution just to live the best life for themselves. Sometimes it's not easy to destroy the government, and they are really keeping their positions very, very strong. So all regime that limiting beliefs, outdated habits, toxic environments. That means we need to have that revolution, the courage to dismantle all those old things, and of course, the most important, new way of living. Intentional life you build aligned with your values. So I hope that you reflected. Maybe it's time for you to make your revolution. And if it's time, I think that we need to really build our willingness and courage to really take the necessary actions to get where we want to go. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.